Hi, this is Nickki. How are you today? Thanks once again for joining. Today I thought we would have a gratitude practice. So there's so many times when we really seem to take life and everything we have for granted, and it's often nice to just take a pause and a step back and really have an appreciation for what is in our lives. To get into a little bit of a scientific base, we have this part of our brain called the amygdala, and that's often where we have our fight or flight response. And this part of our brain is thousands of years old and really was based on when we were hunters and gatherers and being chased by lions and tigers and bears. And so it's really there for our survival, and while it can be very helpful, it also can blow things out of proportion a little bit living in today's society. So it's easy for us to get caught up in that negative thinking because our chemical reptilian brain and circuitry is still wired. It hasn't caught up to everything that we've been doing in these last few thousand years. And so it's constantly in a state of, are you in survival mode? Are you okay? And it naturally leads many of our thoughts to be in a more negative space of, how's everything looking around me? Am I okay? And in most instances, we are fine, even though an email unexpectedly came in, or you hear a loud bang. There's often nothing associated with that really needs our immediate attention from a chemical reaction perspective. Our amygdala just doesn't know that. So the reason I thought a gratitude practice today would be nice is that it helps us shift away from that reptilian brain. And when we do any meditation practice, especially gratitude, we really find that there are other parts of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for more of our cognitive thinking, our rationalization, etc., grows, and the amygdala shrinks. And again, we wouldn't want the amygdala to go away. We need that when we step out in front of traffic unexpectedly or touch something hot on the stove. It's our reactive mechanism, and we certainly do need that. Just a little less of it might be helpful. So before we do anything, let's tune in and just take a few nice, long, slow, deep breaths in. And let that go. And one more time. And exhale. So one of the concepts also within gratitude and that practice is something that I learned from Vishen Lakhiani. And this is something that he learned from his guide, Dan Sullivan. And it's called the gap. And the idea of the gap is that we are, of course, currently in the present moment. And yet most of our day is spent either fretting about the future or ruminating about the past. And as goal-oriented individuals, it's natural for us to look to the future. How do we pay bills, make sure we have food on the table, grow our business, or look forward to increasing the dynamics and the safety and the health and well-being of our family? The question is, when we're constantly looking to the future, do we delay our gratification? So if we think of almost a linear timeline in us in the present moment, with the future being over here, there's this space in between the two places. And in that space, we often get to this dialogue of, when XYZ happens, then I'll be happy. And what often happens is that, again, we're in the present and we're looking to the future. And once we get to that moment, what do? We're goal-oriented. We create the next goal, constantly delaying that gratification and that happiness. And what can be a very useful tool is, although we're looking to the future, which is incredible and needed for growth and prosperity, can we do something which is looking to the past, and in taking a step back and looking at where we came from, then we're often able to see that growth pattern in that timeline. And in that timeline, in that growth pattern, we're able to maybe find a little more contentment right now. And that's not to take away from the goals we've set and the desires we have. It's a way to create balance and moderation and create that sustainability of contentment and abundance right where we are now. There was a study done, I believe it was at UC Berkeley, with a group of students, and there were two groups. The first was asked to do a gratitude practice every morning for a number of weeks. The other just was a control group maintaining its status quo. And after this test time frame, when they went back and reviewed everything and interviewed the folks, the people that had done the gratitude practice every day, just for 2 minutes in the morning, consistently, were found to be 25% happier. Nothing had changed in their job, no raise, no winning the lottery, just taking those few moments to have gratitude. It's really great if sometimes we can look back, maybe just to last week where we were, and then also 2 years prior. Can we see where we've come and celebrate all of that time, all of the hard work we've put in, all of the benefits? So that's what I invite us to do as a group today. The way I thought we could do this is utilizing the 5 realms. Oftentimes we can be overwhelmed by all of the things in life, whether they're the stresses that come our way or even the positive benefits. It can just all become a jumbled mess, and it begs the question, where do we start? Well, when we look at life through the lens of the 5 realms, the physical, emotional, material, relationship, and spiritual, then sometimes it provides a little more structure, something a little more concrete for us to wrap our heads around, for us to really visualize and feel. So I'm going to lead us through a gratitude practice in each of these realms. We'll probably be doing this for 15 or 20 minutes. So I invite you to get comfortable in a seated position if you like, or whatever method works for you. As I've mentioned before, I subscribe to the whatever works strategy of meditation. So if you'd like to have your eyes closed, getting comfortable, sitting with your back in a chair or against a wall or on the couch, or cross-legged on the floor if that feels comfortable for you. Anything else that's calling you today? Listen to your body. This is your practice. So when you're ready, if you'd like to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. And we'll begin once again by taking a few nice, long, slow, deep breaths in. And let's exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. And as we settle in, just take a few moments to notice. Is there anywhere in your body that you feel you might be holding tension? Maybe in your hands or feet. Maybe clenching your jaw, or feeling your shoulders raised up a bit. Can you gently breathe into any of those areas you feel you might like just a little more relaxation? And once you feel comfortable, let's begin to explore this practice of gratitude, of appreciation. It's so easy for our mind to go toward what's not working. It's just trying to assist you. It wants to help fix whatever's going on. Let's take a moment to honor and thank ourselves for protecting us, keeping us safe. And now let's invite in that opportunity to celebrate all the wonder that exists right now. So beginning in the physical realm, what are you grateful for? Quite simply, we have so much in the physical movement of our body. Our eyesight, which has evolved over thousands of years, starting with being in an aquatic environment hundreds of thousands of years ago, and our eyes continually developing, providing this beautiful color that we see, the clarity we have, our dexterity with our movement in all our limbs, being able to operate machinery such as cars with incredible proficiency and ease. The act of walking, our sensations of taste and smell. So what else in the physical realm are you grateful for? Take a few moments. The physical realm offering us everything that we touch and hear and smell, everything of substance, the hard stuff that exists, all of the amazing interactions we don't even know about in our body. All the synapses firing in the background, the chemicals coursing through our body to regulate and moderate our temperature, our heart rate, our breathing. Can we celebrate the body as such an incredible miracle and wonder? And now we'll move into the emotional realm. We certainly can come up with so many words in an instant that describe stress and sadness and fear. And yet, what words and emotions come up for you with calm and contentment and peace, love and joy? Can you think of a scenario where you were in your highest state of magnificence, flowing the energy? What did that feel like? What did you feel like? Can you name those emotions? One of the things that's amazing about emotions is they fuel us. Regardless of what type of emotion, often anger fuels us to make changes, to be proactive. And so while we often would like more calm and happiness and joy in our lives. That ebb and flow of emotions is needed to remind us what the flip side can be. Let's now head into the material realm. I think often when we consider gratitude, it's easy to immediately start here or very quickly arrive here, as many of our needs do reside in a realm of being fed, having shelter or protection from the elements. We also live in a society that invites us regularly and often to consider consumption and goodies and toys and trinkets and objects as crucial to our happiness and satisfaction. That may be true to some degree. Is there more to that? And what in the physical realm are you grateful for? One of the things we can begin to explore in the physical realm is how much is enough. And when we look back at our days and our moments in life, will it be the items that we acquired, or the connections that we made? And this leads us into the relationship realm. All of us have a need for connection and a desire for belonging. It may vary along a scale. I think all of us can agree that we would not have survived without each other. Simply going back to being a baby, we relied on a parent or elder figure, someone we trusted, to help us with our survival needs. We are all very intertwined. And as time went on, it's possible we began to explore and enjoy our independence. And even now we may have thoughts that it's easier to do something on our own than rely on others. In some instances, that may be true. And yet, that feeling of acceptance and belonging is core to our growth and contentment. When we really dig deep into our deepest levels, we may find that our purest nature is very dependent and commingled with relationship. How does this realm play out for you? What appreciation do you have today for the gift of relationship in your life? And the final realm is the spiritual. That word has many connotations for any individual. I invite you to fill in the blank for whatever it means to you. Simply in joining me now, there is an idea, even if skeptical, that there are more invitations in this world beyond just the physical that's happening right here. There's the opportunity for introspection and growth. Believing in something, whatever or whoever it might be. As a path. A journey. A value set that is congruent within you and resonates at your core. So how has the spiritual or universal the realm beyond, how has this played a role for you? And what are some gifts of appreciation in this area? So as we give thanks, gratitude, appreciation in our life, we've done so through the 5 realms, looking at our appreciation in the physical, emotional, material, relationship, and spiritual realms. Do you feel a shift within your body just from these few minutes? When we tend to focus on the positive, there are chemical reactions occurring. And with consistency in this practice, even the neural networks are able to form and develop new paths, letting the old habits fall away. So when you're ready, feel free to open your eyes. Give thanks to those who we've shared this meditation with. I thank you and honor you for spending this time, for giving yourself the gift of tuning in. And something I thought we could do, my gift back to you, is do a single tarot card reading. These are the Osho Zen tarot cards. I'm going to give them a little shuffle here. And what I'll simply do is pick one, which will be our follow-up message for the afternoon or evening or morning, depending upon where you are in the world. I always enjoy these messages. I find them incredibly timely, and I'm always grateful for the words. So, what we often do, and I don't have enough space here, but we spread them out and use our left hand. Our left hand is our receiving hand. So, I'm going to just put them out gently. And often you can use your left hand and go across the cards to feel the one that is right for you. So as I'm talking, oh, well, look at that. We got the Creator. So I'll head into our book here, the Osho Zen Tarot. And this card is one in the fire category. So it's an action card. And I think that that's somewhat timely, that after we've taken a moment to have gratitude, an action card is often something that might allow us to take what we've gained in this and spread that out to others. Just in our energy alone, although maybe we're called to do more. So I will read here, the Creator. The Zen master in this card has harnessed the energy of fire and is able to use it for creation rather than destruction. He invites us to recognize and participate with him in the understanding that belongs to those who have mastered the fires of passion without repressing them or allowing them to get destructive and out of balance. He is so integrated that there is no longer any difference between who he is inside and who he is in the world outside. He offers this gift of understanding and integration to all those who come to him. The gift of creative light that comes from the center of his being. The King of Fire tells us that anything we undertake now, with the understanding that comes from maturity, will bring enrichment to our own lives and to the lives of others. Using whatever skills you have, whatever you have learned from your life experience, it is time to express yourself. I see that as a beautiful message as we've just cultivated this gratitude practice to allow ourselves to enter a higher realm, enter a space where we truly embody more of ourselves, enjoying the gifts we have to offer, taking that appreciation, seeing the wonder and beauty in the world, and now utilizing that as the Creator to express ourselves fully and share with others. So with gratitude, thank you so much for joining this practice this evening, celebrating you wherever you may be and honoring the Creator in you. Namaste.